2. Apparently, the leprechaun can only take a bride once every 1,000 years. Can you imagine how bad he needs to dig a hole in the sand with his pole, if you know what I mean? Poor guy. So it starts out with him and his slave in the woods, and he's telling his slave he's very excited because it's St. Patty's Day, which is also his birthday, which is also his 1000th anniversary, so he can take a bride. The only way he can take her is if she sneezes 3 times and no one says, God bless you. I'm not saying that's weird. I'm not. So the slave and him are walking through the woods, and the slave says, well, where is the bride to be? And they see this woman behind a sheet cleaning, and the leprechaun says, she's right there, she's so beautiful, and she sneezes once. And nobody says anything because she's outside alone. What is she gonna bless her? So she sneezes again, and then she takes the sheet down. And the only clause is once the leprechaun takes a bride, his slave is free. As she takes the sheet down, the slave realizes it's his daughter. So what is the man to do? Is he to take his freedom or bless her on her next sneeze so that she doesn't have to marry this little creature? Because the leprechaun is like not marriage material at all. Like he's not, I don't think he's trustworthy. All he cares about is his gold. And let me tell you, gold isn't everything. So she sneezes again, and the slave says, bless you. Leprechaun kills the slave, girl lives her life, 1,000 years go by. There's a bum sleeping out in the middle of the woods, drinking Canadian whiskey, and the bottle falls over and rolls over and spills into a tree, and it awakens the leprechaun because it's his birthday. He gets mad because it's Canadian whiskey. He says, nobody drinks that shit, everybody drinks Irish whiskey. And then he sees that the bum has a golden tooth and yanks it out. What a maniac, my God, you're that greedy, just anything gold? Ew. So horror on the city starts. So then the movie goes to a kid who's got a very beautiful blonde girlfriend who looks just like the first bride. And him and his uncle do haunted city tours. And the girlfriend, I don't think she's a very good girlfriend, to be quite honest, because she leaves him one night to go hang out with some other guy just because she was being a bitch, but whatever. Anyhow, the leprechaun goes after her to take his bride. You know, it's time for him to... So, the leprechaun hunts her down, kidnaps her, takes her to his tree. The kid tells his uncle, hey, a leprechaun stole my girlfriend. The uncle doesn't believe him until the kid shows him the gold coin that he caught. Like, somehow when the leprechaun stole the girl, he dropped a gold coin, and the kid caught it. So the uncle knows, like, maybe this is real. So then the leprechaun comes to retrieve 1 gold coin. Instead of just keeping his bride, he goes to retrieve 1 gold coin. And the uncle, who's a professional drinker, tries to get the leprechaun wasted. I don't think that's possible. He acts really drunk, but he's not, after all. And then they're just getting into a big fight. And the uncle gets pretty fucked up. The kid goes back to the tree, tries to save the girl. There's skeletons of dead relatives all over. She's in a down under the tree house, like dirt ground house thing. It's very interesting. He saves her. They figure it out. How to get the coin back to him or how to get rid of him, but it's not as good as part 1. But then there's part 3, which has a lot more titties in it. We'll get to that though. But anyways, Leprechaun part 2. A lot of alcohol. Thumbs up though. The leprechaun is he's a nasty little fella. teeth and nails, and he's very kissy and perverted. Ooh. Thumbs up.